I just don't understand why you're hanging on. I mean, Grant, it's over. Let her go. She and Ryan want to be together.
And I, for the sin of loving your sister, deserve to have their public displays of affection rammed down my throat by every gossip columnist in the nation.
No, I think you brought that on yourself when you brought suit for divorce on the grounds of adultery.
No. No, Victoria brought that on when she committed adultery.
Need we say more? Grant, let her go. Stop torturing her and stop torturing yourself.
Well, Marley, I'm touched by your concern. But lately, when I've seen Victoria and Ryan together, they just seem to be experiencing difficulty. I just want to know why.
Why? What business is it of yours at this point? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? You think it's going to burn itself out and Vicky's going to come running back to you?
No, my marriage is over, but I still have feelings. If Victoria's unhappy, I want to know about it. I still care about her.
Well, if you really care about her, you'd give her a divorce and you would back off.
Well, I could hardly be said to be pursuing her, Marley.
Then what are you doing in her house? And why are you delaying a divorce when you've already had the papers served?
I am not delaying it. I'm simply not rushing into it. I see nothing wrong with that. Marley, our marriage is a technicality to Victoria. It certainly hasn't prevented her and Ryan from being together.
Grant, I certainly think that is their business.
And yet she showed up at my office today and demanded that I expedite things. Now you're making the very same request.
Well, she's my sister. I want her to be happy.
Well, she certainly has to be happy at this point. I mean, she got rid of me, didn't she? She escaped my evil clutches, in her words. Goodness, her and Ryan should be walking on air, and damn the technicality. You see, Marley, I'm not the only person who's observed that they are less than happy. I mean, Spencer's watched them himself, and he's very worried about them.
But do you want to know what I think? It's not my sister you can't give up. It's controlling her, and that, Grant, is why it didn't work in the first place.
Do you think Daddy would like to see you giving up?
Giving up? I'm the only one who hasn't given up. I've done everything I know to do, everything Matt taught me.
Well, that's why I think it's time for some new blood.
In time, each one of you will learn you have made a terrible mistake. I ask the board to accept my resignation. Cass, would you take over the rest of the meeting?
That's what you want.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion?
I move that we accept Rachel Cory's resignation as chairman of the board of Cory Enterprises.
I second it. I'd like to say something here.
I'm afraid that would not be in order, Matt. You're here by invitation of the board as an observer only.
Shall we put the motion to a vote?
All those in favor, please signify by raising your hands.
Amanda?
In favor.
I'm sorry, Rachel, it's unanimous. Do I hear a nomination for a new chairperson? Iris?
I move to nominate Jake McKinnon as the new chairman.
I second it.
Discussion? Jake?
I'd like to amend the nomination.
What more could you possibly want, Jake?
My leadership alone won't be the balance that Cory needs. I'd like to ask Amanda to co-chair with me.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. Amanda has the history I have.
You can't actually consider
It's the only way I'll do it. Ball's in your court.
You never stop, do you, Jake?
Not until I'm done.
Will anyone second this amended nomination?
Yes, I will. I accept your offer, Jake.
Let's take a vote.
Not even close to being over Jake. I wish you
What
could
are
see
you
that.
talking about? I hate his guts!
That's because you're still hurting like crazy.
Ian, listen to me. Jake and I are through. I can't be with a man I don't trust.
He still loves you. Admit that much.
We should stop talking about Jake and start thinking about yourself.
In a way, I am.
You think I'd go back to him? The man is a parasite.
And what about me? My life is not certain. Every day used to be about finding my father's research. Now that's over. My life is wide open.
I know. That's why I wanted you to have a place of your own so you could begin again.
What else did you think would happen here?
Winter is coming. We can't exactly meet in the park.
You don't understand, do you? I can't live off your money.
It's not much. Let me help you.
Look, I never wanted you to think that I was going to use you.
Well, I don't think that.
Well, if I take this, you might.
Are you too proud? Is that your problem?
The problem is you don't know what kind of a man I am.
I am now thoroughly and completely spoiled.
I want to make sure you keep coming home for lunch.
You got it. What? Wait, what are you doing? What are you getting? Tell him.
Reality check. The unalterable truth about my life for the next couple of months. You see, this is the date that I conceived, and
Due date.
I make it.
You know, you're very wrong about this control thing, Marley. I've learned some very painful lessons in this debacle called my marriage, and if I'm ever blessed with another relationship, I will not repeat those mistakes.
Easy to say. As a matter of fact, I've said it a few times myself, but, I think sometimes it's hard to argue with basic needs.
What about you, Marley? What about your needs? What are they?
Oh, well, now who's being direct?
Seriously. You wanted a marriage and children yourself, didn't you?
Well, Grant, as a matter of fact, I failed miserably at one marriage and a few relationships.
How do you know those were your failures?
I suppose you're right, it takes two to tango, but anyway, now I have so many children at the clinic. As a matter of fact, I have more children than I have time to cuddle them all.
That's better than having one of your own? I'm sorry, Marley. It was off base. I had no right to ask
The
that.
point is, we can't all have what we want, and if you haven't learned that by now, then you haven't grown up.
So you think my behavior has been childish?
You really want to know what I think? I'm gonna go check on Stephen. Grant, I am sorry. I don't mean to be coming down on you so hard. It's just, you're standing in the way of my sister's happiness, and I love her. You see, if I'm going to end this pregnancy,
Vicky,
I have to do it by this date. So that means I have to make a decision one way or another, and I will, and now you know everything.
I wish I could make this easier.
I know this has been hard on you.
Me? My body's not the one that's going through all the changes.
No, but your head is just like mine. I'm just afraid if Grant finds out about this, he will never leave me alone.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm terrified. I want to do what's fair for everyone and the right thing, but all I can think about is that everything could go wrong.
Stop thinking and start feeling. That's what you always tell me, right?
When I do that, all I think about is how much I love you forever and ever and ever.
I love you too. And listen, whatever decision you make, we'll live through it together.
I don't want you to feel like you have to live with a lie.
Good,
but
because...
I was wondering if you could keep quiet for a few more weeks. I just need some more time.
You got it. Time is what you have. As a matter of fact, time without any interruptions.
Oh.
Here's, to you finding my file. Mm-hmm.
I want one for the pickles.
Oh, the pickles.
I want to show you something so delicious. Well, we seem to have crossed signals. Bridget and Stephen are already outside.
Oh, good. You want to join us?
I will in a moment. I need to make a phone call.
Good.
Come on, Vicky, be there. Grant's up to something.